Welcome to our parent meeting for preschool. Hopefully you've all gone to my website and have bookmarked it, thebrightbeginning.com, and also subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you haven't, please go ahead and do that so that you can have those easily accessible. On my website, I upload pictures every single week. So I take pictures every day in preschool, and every Friday I'll upload the pictures that I've taken that week. On my website, I have a gallery section, and the pictures will be in there. And so it's super easy for you to just go in there, and you can either, if you're on your phone, you can push on the picture and save it to your photos, or if you're on your computer, you can save it that way too. And so I suggest going on every Friday and just looking at the pictures and saving whichever ones you want. Also, I'm going to be sending out an invitation to join the Remind text. And so that's just the app that I use for preschool to send out weekly reminders of important things that are coming up. And so if you have kids in elementary school or older, you probably are familiar with the Remind text. You might already have it. If not, you don't actually have to download the app. You'll get the invitation and you just click to join the Bright Beginning class. It'll send you directly there. It's super easy. And you don't have to download the app. It looks prettier in the app if you want to have the app. If not, it'll just send it through your regular text messages. Okay, this is our snack sack. I'm so excited. We're having snack in preschool again this year. So your child will be assigned snack approximately once or twice a month. And then we also have feasts where everybody brings a snack for Thanksgiving and Easter. And so when they have snack, they will bring this home, the class before their assigned snack. So this is just like a little reminder, and they can bring snack in here and bring it back to class. I'll also remind you, and it's in the calendar, and so you'll see if it ever falls on a day that doesn't work for you, or your child's sick, or you're gonna be out of town, don't worry about it. I always have backup snacks, so please do not make an extra trip to my house with snack if your child's not gonna be there. It's no big deal. Okay, this is the yellow folder. So this will come home with your child on the very first day of preschool, and it has their name on it, and they bring it to preschool every single day. It just stays in their backpack, and then when they come into preschool, they hang up their backpack, they put their folder in their folder cubby and their shoes in their shoe cubby. And in the folder, this is really important that they always bring it, because this is our main way of communication and how you can know what's going on in preschool, and also things that they do, crafts and things that are ready to come home will come home in their yellow folder. So inside the yellow folder, I just wanted to go over this with you. This is a list of the daily health check. So I just ask you to do a daily health check with your child before bringing them to preschool. And basically just don't bring them to preschool if they're sick, right? Thank you. And just let me know if they have any kind of a communicable disease. On the left side of the folder, it says left at home, and this is where art projects and things that they've made that day will come home on this side of the folder. And then on the right side of the folder, it says right back to school. So it's things that they'll need to send back. The only thing that ever is in here really is the very first day of preschool. They're going to have their little I'm a Ray of Sunshine spotlight form. If you can complete this as soon as possible and send it back to preschool, it would be awesome if it could come back like Thursday. So that second day of in-person preschool, that would be so awesome. I want to laminate them, and I hang them up in the preschool room, and we use them when we spotlight the kids. So there needs to be a picture here. If you don't have a photo printed out of your child, you can text or email it to me, and I'll be happy to print it out and add it. So just have them help you fill this out. Ask them what their favorite color is and all their different favorites. And then especially here at the bottom, it says something special about me. Ask them and write down what they say. I think it's really important for kids to start just celebrating the things that are special about them, and to be able to recognize and identify. And it's just really cute to see also what they think is special about themselves. And so if you could just complete this and turn it in as soon as possible. You can make it look super cute if you want, like decorate it with stickers and use bright markers, or you can totally just fill it out with a pen or pencil. Either way totally works. And then the other thing is right here, this is the tuition envelope. So if you're paying with cash or check, you can just slide the cash or check just right inside this little envelope and send it. Tuition's always due the very first of each month. All right, and so let's go through this folder. I wanted to show you the calendar. So this is the September calendar. I also have the August calendar in here from the virtual preschool, the 2 weeks that we did. And so each calendar, I put in a hard copy into their yellow folder the last day of each month so that it's in there for the following month. I also post them on my website, and the digital calendar that's on my website, there'll be hyperlinks for videos. So anything that's underlined, and on the digital version it's blue, it's a hyperlink. So you just click on it and it'll take you right to the different videos on my YouTube channel. And so we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Over here it shows the weekly focus, so it'll tell you what the letter of the week, the color of the week, and the book of the week. And so like here there's a link for the letter A. I've got letter of the week videos. And then there's a link for the Alligator Baby, which is our book for that first week. So if they want to watch those at home, they can do that. These letter of the week videos are super helpful if you're going to be out of town, or if your child's sick, or if they're missing preschool for any reason. In the letter of the week videos, they're about 10-15 minutes long, and it goes over the instructions for our letter, like the alphabet, that letter that we're going to make, like we make the A into an alligator, B into a bumblebee. It also goes over instructions for handwriting and our journal. All right, so speaking of those 3 different things, I wanted to show you what they look like. So here is the letter A. We have these for every single letter, and we do this on Tuesday for our first center. We dress a letter up like an animal. And so it looks like this when they get it, and they slide the paper clip off, and they slide the pieces off, and then they'll trace the letter 3 different times. We go over the proper way to trace it, and then they make the sign for the letter of the week, like this is an A, so they'll say A, alligator, and then they show me where all the pieces go on the alligator, and then they'll glue them down. And so when it's done, it'll look like this. And then this will come home in their folder on the left at home side. And then I always like to point these out because my son made these in his kindergarten class, and I thought they were so cute, but I wasn't that like clever or creative. I would hang them up and then just throw them away at the end of the week. But I've had parents, I've done these every year in preschool because I just love them so much, and I have them hanging up as part of the decorations in the preschool room or on the top of my wall. And so I've had kids that like to hang them up in their room, or they've put them like on the back of a door or something like that, and then it's super fun for them to track their progress through the year, and they love when they get close to the end of the alphabet and they know that they almost have the whole collection, just like Miss Jenny's room. And so if you wanted to do something clever like that, I always like to point it out so you're not like me where you think about doing something like that halfway through the alphabet and you're missing half the letters. I've also had people that put them in like a little book, and so that they can keep them. So anyways, just do whatever you want with them, but I just wanted to point that out in case you wanted to do something clever. So that's the first center every Tuesday. The first center every Wednesday is handwriting. For handwriting, they just practice writing their name, and we really focused the first semester on starting on the left side and writing every letter all the way across the whole first line, and then going to the second line, practice tracing your name all the way across, the third line, practice tracing all the way across. The first semester we're really focusing just on practicing it. We actually, the whole year, we talk about how it's handwriting practice, it's not handwriting perfect. Some of the children have really good hand-eye coordination and they love writing, and some of the kids are younger and it's a real source of frustration for them. And so I want them to have a positive experience. However it looks, it might just look like scribbles when they're bringing it home at first. Just tell them how wonderful and how great that they're doing, and you'll really see the progression throughout the year. By the second semester, we're practicing writing their name all by themselves on the bottom row. But we're really just getting them used to left to right, because that's also really good pre-reading skills for them, and just practice tracing every single letter, not skipping around. And then after they do their name, they trace the letter of the week. We call these rainbow letters, and they practice tracing them with 3 different colors, doing the capital and then the lowercase, and then they switch colors, and capital, lowercase, switch colors, capital, lowercase. And on the other side, there'll be something that starts with the letter of the week. So for A, it's an apple. And then what also comes home is these letter of the week words. And these are hanging up in the preschool room, and these help give them ideas of what they might want to draw in their journal. Okay, so the journal, that's the first center on Thursday. We do our journal. This is what the journal looks like. And when they get their journal, they trace their name, and then they look down here in the sticker for the letter of the week, and they make the sign, apple, and they open up their journal. Same thing, they look for the letter of the week, apple, and then they come to the letter A, and then same thing, they practice tracing the letters all the way across the row, going down to the next row, and then they do an illustration down here. And before we do our journal, we always read an Alpha Tales book. I have a playlist with all the Alpha Tales books on my website too. And so these are really fun books. They're really cute and clever, and they have tons of the letter of the week in there. And so at the end of the book, we point out some of the words that begin with the letter of the week and use that as inspiration for their illustration in their journal. And sometimes they will draw like an apple or an alligator or something that starts with the letter of the week, and then other times they just draw something completely random and different, just whatever they felt like drawing. And I just encourage whatever they want to draw as their illustration. And we talk about how at the end of the year, they're the author and illustrator of their own book. The illustrator because they do all of the drawings in the book, and then the author because they tell me about their drawings, and then I write down word for word in their journal all about what they tell me. And sometimes it actually doesn't have anything to do with what they did as their illustration, but it's just so cute and such a treasure and one of my favorite things. The journal stays in the preschool room all the way until the end of the year, and then it comes home. Unless you're going to be gone, like if you're missing a week or something like that, I will get you the journal, the handwriting, and their letter so that they can do them at home. And we've got those letter of the week videos so that they can do it with me at home. Okay, so that is always going to be like the first center for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Except unless there's a week like the first week where we're kind of mixing it up just a little bit because we only have preschool in person on Wednesday and Thursday. And that first day they're going to make their handprint into a bird. And so, but if you look down, you'll see like B handwriting, B journal for that second week of preschool. And that's, so you know what those are. I have on each day, there's a 1 and a 2, and that's the 2 different centers. So it just explains what we're doing for center 1 and center 2. It's a good way to spark conversation with your child about what they did in preschool that day. A lot of times they'll come home and you'll ask them, what did you do? And they'll say, I don't know, we just played toys. Sometimes not though, sometimes they give you every detail. But if they're one that wants to tell you, we just played toys the whole time, you can ask them like, well, tell me about the sorting pom-poms. What was that? And then it'll spark that memory for them and they'll tell you, oh, this is what we did. Okay, so also I wanted to point out in September, we have a visitor coming. I'm so excited. On September 30th, Thursday, Jungle Jill is gonna come visit our preschool. So it's a field trip, but it's actually just here during the regular preschool time. And she's gonna come and bring all kinds of cool animals, including an owl. I'm so excited. So that'll be really, really fun. And I have a link. If you go to the digital calendar, you'll see a link where you can see her website and kind of see what she's all about. And at the bottom of the calendar, there's a note from Miss Jenny. Please read that. Every month it talks about just important things that are coming up that month. And also a reminder about tuition due. Tuition is always due the first of the month, and you can make that payment. You can pay in full, you can pay $800 per semester, or you can make a monthly payment of $200. Whatever works for you works for me. And then at the bottom is also the Bible memory verse for the month. Each month we get a new Bible memory verse. So I just wanted to go through this yellow folder. We've got the student directory, which is great because it's got a list of all the kids, all the moms' names, and the mom's phone number. That way if you want to arrange play dates or carpool or whatever, it's nice to have that information right here available. And then it also has all of my contact information, including my address. The next page is the important dates and holidays, the calendar. I recommend pulling out your phone and plugging all of these dates into your phone. I'll also send out reminders. Don't worry, I'll be like your #1 stalker this preschool year. But it's just handy and nice to have them all in your phone already. It lists like all of the breaks and just special important days, graduation and our Christmas program and all that kind of stuff. The next page goes over our daily schedule. Preschool meets every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 o'clock to 11:30 this year. The following page is the curriculum. All of this information is also available on my website. I just think it's nice sometimes to have a hard copy of everything in one place. And so that's why all of this is here. This is the information, policies, and procedures. It goes over just the discipline and field trip and snacks. All of this stuff was also in the registration packet, but just look through all of this and review it. It talks about folders and backpacks. Just make sure that they have a regular size backpack and that their folder comes to preschool every day with them. The payment policy is in here. And then also the preschool drop-off and pickup policy. Please make sure that you have alarms set so that you get here on time to pick up. Preschool pickup is at 11:30 promptly, and we come outside and line up along the sidewalk, and I will walk your child to your car and help them hop in. The easiest way to get back onto the main street, onto Jasper, if you go past my house just a little bit and turn left, it'll take you down an alley and loop you back onto Jasper. At drop-off, just line up, but I ask you not to double park. Tuesdays are kind of a nightmare because it's also trash day in my neighborhood, but just try to eyeball it and park back. Sometimes you might be all the way down at the little park down the street from me, but just make sure that you don't double park or that you don't block my neighbor's driveway. If you're not sure, because sometimes it's like you're stuck behind a parked car, if you're not sure, you can just keep driving, and if you notice as you're getting close to my house, like, oh darn it, these are all people in line, just turn the corner. If you turn right, you can just park and walk your child over to me. That just makes for the easiest and smoothest and quickest parent drop-off and pickup. The next page, I've got a couple pages here that explain the growth mindset, what it is and how to encourage it. This is my philosophy and what I use in preschool. I love teaching the kids about how smart they are and that their brain is like a muscle that they can exercise and that they can constantly be learning and growing. Just like their body's growing, their mind is growing too. And so this is just some useful tips, like ways that you can help reinforce that at home as well. The next page, I've got my progress report in here. I evaluate the students in the fall and in the spring, and this will come home. So this is just gives you an idea of what kind of things that we're looking for and hoping that they're learning during preschool this year. And then similar to that, this is just like a little kindergarten readiness checklist. So these are things that you want to be working with them at home. I'm working on these things in class with them as well, just to help them get all ready for kindergarten. So there's 2 pages here. One has academic skills, and then the other one has more like physical skills and just different skills. And then this is also super helpful. It's a kindergarten prep checklist. So when it gets closer to kindergarten time and enrolling them, it just has a little checklist here to go over just making sure that you have them up to date, like on their dental exam and doctor visits and visiting the school and all those different kinds of things. I also have a list of sight words. We introduced the first 20 sight words during the second semester of preschool. And so this is just helpful, like if you wanted to do flashcards or something like that with them. This is just for your reference, all of the signs for the alphabet. We do a lot of sign language in preschool, so it's just kind of nice to have these at home and practice them at home with your kids too if you want to. And then the very last page, this is just the receipt of preschool tuition. So when I get tuition from you, I will write down the day I received it, the form of payment, and initial it there, and that's just for your records. Okay, so that's the whole yellow folder. And I also wanted to show you these Bob books. This is what we're gonna use as our early readers this year, and they will get this during the second semester. There's 12 books in this collection. Each child gets their own collection, and they get 1 book a week during the second semester until they have all of them. And so I just wanted to show you that these are the early readers that we're gonna do, and more information will come out about these at the beginning of the second semester in January. Okay, if you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to text me or email me or call me. And I am just so excited and grateful for your trust and your support. I can't wait to get to know your kids. I've been looking forward to this preschool year starting for a long time, and hopefully you have too. And I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.